Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros. This is the Week 14 Waiver Wire live stream. It is me, Joey P. Joe P. Zapia. With me, as always, my co-host and my favorite elf on the shelf, D-Bro, Derek Brown, the king of bros. It's all of you hanging out with us today. And before we get to some waiver wire stuff, D-Bro, I got to talk about Monday Night Football last night and the Jerry Jeudy revenge game. I know we got the full Jameis Winston experience, and it was an experience. It was entertaining to watch. I mean, I am enjoying Jameis Winston this year, maybe more than I should on so many different levels. It's just awesome. He's very entertaining before the game, during the game, and even after the game. But the Jerry Jeudy game, where he goes off and he has the game of his career, and everyone's talking about it. And all I keep thinking about is, if this is what Jerry Jeudy's been capable of his entire NFL career, what an enormous disappointment Jerry Jeudy truly is. Your thoughts?
First of all, I was not high on Jerry Jeudy this week, and as I'm watching this game unfold, I'm just thinking I want Jerry Jeudy to rub it in Denver's face and Vance Joseph's. I can't even talk. I want him to rub it. I want him to rub it in Vance Joseph's face so damn bad. And I was like, go for 250, go for 300, because in a world where Jerry Jeudy is incredibly motivated to come out and try to have the game of his life, and he did. Why you do not put Patrick Surtain on him for 90% of the routes is the most ludicrous, idiotic, stupid thing I've seen a coordinator do all year. And don't come at me with, oh, he went to the slot and Surtain. Move Surtain to the slot. This isn't hard, people. If my goofy butt can tell you on this stream right now that that's how you take Jerry Jeudy away, then Vance Joseph should have a freaking job right now. I'm so pissed about it, man, because it's absolute idiocy. Vance Joseph doesn't deserve a job if this is how you coordinate a defense. I'm sorry, but it's absolutely idiotic.
What's my first name? My full first name.
Joseph. Joseph?
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. But Jerry Jeudy going for
idiotic.
235 and playing the way he did last night. And I'm like,
I wanted him to go off, man.
Well, I mean, look,
kudos to Jeudy for rubbing it in their faces.
Okay, so kudos for Jeudy for rubbing in their faces. And I know we got a big, Kirk Cousins revenge game coming up here this week too, so we'll be talking about that. But man,
if he's starting,
well,
if he's starting,
he's starting. But let's really talk about it for a second. Where's Jerry Jeudy been the last 4 years? I mean, you got to go back to the Bama days to see games anything close to this effort level. And that's my whole thing, is the effort level. If you can only get motivated to stick it up somebody else's craw as a professional, then I don't think you're a professional. And I'm watching it, and I am blown away by Jerry Jeudy's performance. I'm going, this is the guy that I saw in Alabama. This is the guy that I saw glimpses of in the NFL. And all I kept thinking of, where's this guy been for the last 4 years? Because I haven't seen that guy.
I don't disagree with that. What I'll say to counterpoint that is Russ was a terrible system fit for Sean Payton's offense, asking him to play on schedule and everything that entails. And honestly, like Jerry Jeudy and mixing with Nathaniel Hackett and how big an abomination that was in Denver. So I'm not going to put this all on Jeudy. I do think there's something that needs to be laid at the feet of Jerry Jeudy. I agree with you about that. The other part about this is I think we're also kind of like missing that Denver has kind of been a dumpster fire for a myriad of reasons for the last few seasons too.
They have. And look, they're a playoff team. And G-Man's words here, he's an angry elf.
Oh, he is. I'm damn angry, man, because I bet the under on Jerry Jeudy's receiving yards. Didn't have him DFS last night, and after I lamented.
I was 3 or 4 on Monday Night Football bets, so I ain't mad.
After I lamented my own losses, I just wanted to see Jerry Jeudy burn it all down, man.
It was a very entertaining game last night.
And he did.
Extremely entertaining. And for me to stay awake till like almost midnight watching a Monday Night Football game, that is unheard of around these parts. Let's get to Awesome Dev again. All the super chats we're going to get to in the first 10 minutes, all guaranteed in the first 10 minutes of the show. After that, all bets are off. We do our best. Dev, friend of the show. Hey, bros. I'm in a real pickle. Oh, yeah. I'm in a must-win scenario. My running backs are Jacobs, Tracy, Irving, Pollard, and B-Rob. I have Pacheco and IR. I need to either drop Pacheco or a running back to make room. P.S. If I get Guerendo, who do I drop? All right, so B-Rob is on the bye. Irving's on the bye. So Jacobs can play this week. Tracy can play this week.
I mean, how are you gonna have Pacheco even on the IR since he's already off?
Well, some leagues let you keep them on there after. You have to activate them. I've seen that, where some leagues allow you to do that. If it's a scenario where you have to activate him now,
you drop Pacheco for Guerendo.
Well, that was what I was going to say. You drop Pacheco for Guerendo because Guerendo would have more of the free will of the backfield, which really takes us to that big conversation because yesterday, obviously on the show, look, we recorded it in the morning. We all thought Jordan Mason was going to be the guy. And then about 5 Eastern, we get that bomb dropped on us, and all of us
20 minutes after the waiver wire short got dropped.
And it's funny because on Out of Bounds, we had a big bitch fest yesterday, which you can go back and watch on the YouTube channel now, and also
on the podcast,
listen to it wherever you get your podcast. We had a big bitch fest about trusting Kyle Shanahan with injuries. And sure enough, once again,
because that wasn't announced. We need to throw that out there. Nothing after that game. Nothing after the game came out about Mason having an ankle issue, any kind of injury. Nothing. Walking into the next morning. So yes, sorry, Joey.
Now we did talk about Guerendo. In all fairness, on both shows yesterday, we did talk about Guerendo and saying, okay, if you don't get Mason, take Guerendo because maybe they're going to evaluate him. So now, obviously, everything that we said about Mason is now just true of Guerendo. Like it's going to be his backfield. I still think the Bears are going to win this week. I have a bet with Welsh on Out of Bounds. If the Bears, he gave me 2.5 points, even though it's 6, and I just wanted to play with him. So he has to paint his nails a la Caleb Williams if the 49ers lose to the Bears don't cover the 2.5. So I'm very excited about that.
Do you get to pick the color?
It's yes. Actually, no. Boggs gets to pick the color. That's how the bet.
Oh, make it 49ers colors.
Yeah.
Please make it 49ers.
Well, I got to see what his daughter has in the house. Andrew
because.
Scanlon, rest of season full PPR. Lamb and Jacobs or Sutton Monty. Still Lamb and Jacobs for me. I mean,
it's
close.
Lamb and Jacobs, but it's close. It's Lamb and Jacobs only for the volume for both, but it's close.
Dev, again, thanks to all your help. I made the playoffs in all my leagues. All my leagues.
Love you, Dev.
Nice job, Dev. Good job.
Glorious.
Recyclops, good friend of the show. Brozone Layer. Recyclops is a whole dictionary of these. A pick up and start Herbert or let Russ cook. I'm on the Russ side.
I think I'm on the Russ side because the other part about this is I don't know if Lad McConkey plays, and if he doesn't play this week, that's gonna hurt the ceiling.
Or if he plays, how healthy is he? That's
fair.
I'm going with Russ
that's
here.
Fair. Yeah,
this
Russ.
is another big game for them.
Russ. I think the ceiling floor conversation for Russ is definitely there. They won't be playing.
There's no margin for error for Russell Wilson and the Steelers right now. They have to keep winning. Also, Bills or Lions defense rest of season.
Bills. Lions aren't getting pressure, and Lions have injuries.
They had so many injuries on Thanksgiving. So many. El Tomo Loco. Yo, bros, I need a quarterback this week. Already had Wilson. Top availables, Levis, Winston, O'Connell, Carr, and some other jabronis.
So it's a super flex league, or
somebody already has Wilson. So this is what.
Oh, got it.
Levis, Winston, O'Connell, Carr.
You playing Winston? It's just the volume, man. I mean, it's the volume in the ceiling. Will Levis, I get the matchup. I understand the matchup, but it's freaking Will Levis, and they're trying to hide him on a weekly basis.
And he's been steady with points. I know that was Pat's guy the stream this week, so it's not
and I get the matchup. I understand that, but you don't have any ceiling with Levis.
Yeah. All right. Emily's question. Hey guys, if you had to drop one, who would you drop? Kyler or Herbert? Single quarterback league. So it's basically who do you want to roll with the rest of season? So Kyler's got Seattle this week.
I don't like it, but it's Kyler. His rushing, and Herbert's got banged up offense around him.
Yeah, I'd be picking up another defense or flex player. Look, do whatever you got to do to make sense for the playoffs here, Emily. So you got to look at your schedule and be honest with yourself. If it's a single quarterback league and you're not playing Kyler Murray for the next 3 weeks, then Kyler Murray is the person to drop it. If you value or covet having two defenses to pick and choose, I get that too. And you want to get ahead of those things. I think that's smart. That's gamesmanship. I'm all for
I haven't even looked at the the Chargers schedule is good, but it's not overwhelmingly amazing either. So
Flak attack, rest of season, pick 2, Engram, Ertz, LaPorta, Etienne droppable?
Depending on your options, Etienne's droppable. I mean, he just that offense.
Well, game script might go his way the next couple weeks with Mac Jones because they're gonna be from behind. So
I mean, but dude, there's certain, you agree with me on this, Joey. There's certain offenses that we get to this point of the year that are just dead, where you're just the quarterback situation, scoring,
Jacksonville Jaguars offense.
Jacksonville outside of
as far
maybe
as
Brian Thomas.
Tight ends, I'm keeping LaPorta and I'm keeping Ertz because
I'm keeping LaPorta and Ertz because Engram, his ceiling is just absolutely capsized.
Yeah. All right, let's go to Anthony's question. Hey, fellas, would you start this week? Pick 2, DeVonta Smith if he plays, touchdown, Ikhine or DeAndre Hopkins.
If Smitty plays, then it's Smitty. I don't remember who did the Chargers get it. They played the Chargers. The Chiefs do this week. It's a floor ceiling conversation. It depends on your matchup for me. I'm probably rolling Smitty and Hopkins in most iterations.
Herbert plays the Chiefs this week.
Yeah, I mean,
those historically have been some over games. Those teams, yeah. Look,
I'm playing Smitty and Hop.
Yeah, I understand that. By the way, they're the battle of the hyphens is what our friend Brian Drake was calling it on the radio today. I was listening to him about Marquez Valdes-Scantling and Nick Wenner's
I am going to get you a special made NWI shirt.
No,
in your hands.
It's a waste. I'll stop at Goran Sunshine by the time it gets here.
Fine, I'll buy it in a tank top version. Then you
no. That's even worse. And everyone has to look at the huge guns all the time. Carr, O'Connell, Levis, or Russell Wilson the stream this week. I think it's still Russ with this group here.
It's Russ. Russ.
I mean, you got to go with what's working here.
Carr would be my number 2.
Joey made the playoffs. Let's go, baby.
Good job, baby.
Christian, rest of season, Zay Flowers or Jerry Jeudy in the full PPR.
I'm still going Zay Flowers. I mean, I get the Jerry Jeudy reasoning. I also don't want to be prisoner of the moment here.
Is he still playing the Denver Broncos every week?
He gets, so just looking at Jeudy's rest of the season schedule, it gets the Steelers, Chiefs, Bengals, Dolphins, Ravens.
It just infuriates me because I know Jerry Jeudy's a player with talent, and I've been a defender of his at times because I remember watching him in Alabama, and I remember seeing a guy that was lighting it up and a guy that I thought would be good in the NFL, and I gave him a pass because I always thought, well, he's always playing with subpar quarterback play for the most part in Denver, and he was.
Yes.
But still, man, to watch his effort level last night, that effort level has not been.
Yeah, there. You're like, where the hell has that been? Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
This is the coach in me coming out and furious at a player because like effort is everything on every play. And Will, just a thanks, made the playoffs in 3 of 3.
Let's go, Will. Yes,
this is our people. James question here: drop Gus Edwards for Isaac Guerendo.
Hell yeah,
I say yes,
easily.
Drop Tank Dell for Adam Thielen. Now, Debro might say no, but I don't have a problem with this.
I'm not really against that. I mean, to be honest, I'm not like,
especially you can't use Dell this week.
The Texans' passing attack has been broken. Their offensive line is in shambles. CJ Stroud is seeing.
Well, look, James is saying
not
right here,
playing good.
Full PPR. I need to win this week. Then you got to win this week. So if you need to win this week, Adam Thielen.
Yes, I get it.
Tank Dell can't get you any points. So
no, I get it.
That's it. Melissa's hip here. I love you guys. Thanks for always being here. Oh,
dude, can we just say this right now?
What's that?
We have the best community in all of fantasy football and all like every other media. Like we have the best community out there.
Absolutely.
Straight up.
And speaking of community, you can go to our Discord and hang out with the rest of those crazy fun people over there. FantasyPros.com/chat. And you can be part of all of the shows over there, like Out of Bounds. You could be on there. You could be on the Extra Point. We've got shows there. We've got stages. We've got Q&As. We've got everything going on there. If you're looking for leagues next year because you don't like the leagues you're playing in, there's a channel just for that. If you're looking for trade advice, waiver wire advice, there's channels just for that. It's an incredible community. It's huge too, and continues to grow every single week. Thanks to all of you out there. So again, if you haven't already, join our community, fantasypros.com/chat. And remember on our Discord too, if you're a premium Fantasy Pro subscriber, you get access to even more on our Discord. Let's get back to the question to Turtles. We love Turtles be turtin' because they be turtin'. Brochacho Brohemoth looking at Guerendo on the wire. Is it worth playing him over Tracy, Warren, Chuba, Brooks? It's worth playing him over Brooks, and it's worth playing him over Warren for sure.
I'm just saying it's worth playing him over all of those options.
I don't know if I was over Tracy yet. I don't know if I'm
so
there.
Tracy, the only thing it's the Giants offense. Do they ever get in the red zone this weekend? Like
against the Saints, I think they can.
I think they can, but Guerendo Guerendo's gonna be a top 15 back for me. He's gonna get 17 to 20 opportunities. Nobody else, like they're probably gonna elevate Patrick Taylor from the practice squad, but nobody's taking work away from him. So even in a broken 49ers offense, like I would take a broken 49ers offense over the Giants offense right now.
That's fair. I would definitely play him. I mean, he's definitely over. You pick him up and he's in that group for sure. Over Brooks and over Warren for sure first. Because MVS and NWI have way too much touchdown equity right now. And Tracy's got too much volume.
Too much.
That game, by the way, the Giants and New Orleans Saints game, if there has been a 4 outcome game all year, it's that one. I can absolutely seeing it be the most miserable, like 10-3 awful game. I could see one team blowing out the other, and then I could see it all of a sudden where somehow it gets just weird and ugly.
Yep.
And it's like 33-31.
That's what I was going to say. I could see a disgusting slop fest, like where it's like 27 to 24. And you're like, how did these two teams put up this?
How did they go 60 points? Well, last night went over 70 points. Dark Helix. Good afternoon, Jen. Should I go with Derek Carr against the New York Giants defense, or Caleb Williams is up against San Francisco? I'll take Caleb.
I mean, look, we've seen rushing equity out of him. So even if the passing's not great, like we don't even know if Nick Bosa plays this week. So he's probably going to have time in the pocket.
Well, Caleb,
I'll take Caleb.
Second half's the last 2 weeks too.
Yeah.
So I think,
dude, he played better against the freaking Lions. I mean, can we say the Lions defense, even in their current form, is better than the 49ers? So I'll take Caleb
without a doubt.
Take Caleb.
And I would also say that, the dead coach bounce, man. I mean, if ever there was a team built for that, it's the Bears.
Dude, did you hear about Jalen Johnson just giving Matt Eberflus the business in the locker room. I was like, yes, do it.
Come on, man. And to pick up the New Orleans defense or stick with Tampa, who's got Vegas this week?
I'll take New Orleans.
All right, there you go. Let's go to
Lock. Come on,
Goff or Winston this week?
Okay. Not to get too cute, Golf.
Full PPR. Are we still holding on to Amari Cooper? Or do we move on to Elijah Moore? I'm fine moving on to Elijah Moore.
I mean, yeah, it depends on what you need, like rest of the season versus rest of season upside. I'll take Cooper, but if you
they're both rosterable. You want? It's a start one this week. I'm starting Elijah Moore. Danny Rodriguez.
Go ahead.
Oh, stream Herbert, Russell Wilson, or Winston this week. Still Russ for us here.
Yeah, it's Russ.
Of course, my playoffs start this week, and Jaden is on a bye. Danny, that is so dumb. No league should be starting any playoffs in week 14 because of the buys. It is completely unfair, completely ridiculous,
stupid,
and you need to speak to the commissioner and tell them I said so.
Incredibly stupid.
And is Chubb worth dropping in a 10-team league for any of these quarterbacks? No.
You keep the running back in a 10-team league, especially. There's going to be quarterbacks out there. Super flex. Yeah, But yes, I agree, dude. Like, how do you have playoffs starting in any league when there's buys? Like, that just totally takes any of it out of it. Like,
not only buys, it's 6 teams. It's by apocalypse.
It's 6 teams. Like 2. Like, can you imagine working?
You don't have Lamar
in your team.
You don't have Derrick Henry in a playoff.
And then,
that's ridiculous.
It's stupid. Yep,
that is the absolute dumbest thing. Do not play in those leagues. You just
Dumb.
All these coaches are either stubborn or galaxy brain thinkers, devoid of common sense.
I mean,
it's very astute.
And a lot of different iterations. I don't disagree with that at all.
Peter, I have Coleman on the IR. Should I pick up NWI and drop JMO for Keenan Allen?
I'm keeping JMO. And
NWI goes in for Coleman. Sure.
Fine. I'm fine with that. JMO for Coleman, Allen, he might not even play this week.
I don't know if I want to drop JMO for Keenan Allen.
I'm not dropping JMO. Like, I understand, we're kind of riding the lightning, but Keenan's like, I was high on Keenan last week because it was legit the best matchup on the board for a slot wide receiver. That is not the case.
Peter, here's your problem. First of all, you shouldn't have 2 defenses if you have to make this conversation between Allen and JMO. If this is the same league.
Yeah.
So you should drop the Jets defense immediately.
Yes.
Keep the Bucks defense.
And
that's it.
You're keeping the Bucks defense. The Bucks for the rest of the season?
I'm keeping the Bucks defense. They've got the Raiders this week. I got to win.
That's fair. Yeah,
You trust the Jets this week? You trust the Jets, period? I mean,
their defense.
Look, the Jets defense got a balance because they had a touchdown last week. But that in terms of fantasy scoring, they had a return for a touchdown.
What's the rest of their schedule look like, though? They get the Dolphins. Fine. Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, who's Tampa? Well, let's go through them. Let's do it.
So the Jets get the Dolphins, the Jaguars, the Rams, the Bills. So not great except for the Jaguars and the Buccaneers. Oh, Bucks, where y'all at? They get the Raiders, the Chargers, the Cowboys, the Panthers. Okay, fine. We're taking the Bucks.
It's the Bucks. It's the Bucks.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I already knew this in the back of my brain.
They're not a great.
Bucks are winning that division, folks. The Bucks, bet it now.
Ooh,
the Bucks are winning that division. It's still plus money. You can get it right now.
Disagree.
Plus 130 in a lot of spots or whatever it was this morning. Nico on a buy, pick up MVS-Ikhine or Jerry Jeudy. Jeudy, because you got the highest floor.
It's Jeudy, and if you get it, if it's Jeudy, and if you're in a waiver system, MVS would be the second guy only because of the matchup this week over NWI. But yeah,
yep. The Raging Cyborg, Levis or Winston this week?
Winston.
Agreed.
Again, I just don't see the ceiling with Levis.
I can only keep 5 running backs. Okay, that was follow-up.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Cam's question here. Baker or Herbert rest of season or pick up Winston QB1 league?
I'm taking Baker.
Yeah, he's gotten you this far.
I mean, the thing about it is assuming health with Baker, but he got cleated. It's not like he didn't tear or hurt anything. He'll be okay.
Baker Mayfield will play on.
And he's been
pros, givers of advice, 9-4. The apocalypse has hurt me. I take the L, but it's me a number 1 versus number 2, and winner takes regular season money. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. No,
we're taking a quarterback. Here, Herbert, Jameis, Stafford, Levis, Ocon, really? Ocon, Young or Russ?
I'm taking Stafford. Assuming Stafford.
I'm still going Russell Wilson here. I'm still taking Russ.
Okay. I think you're down to those 2 different options.
I think this is I think they are annoyed that they lost this game to Cleveland a couple weeks ago. and they're going to come right back at them because that's this week, is it not? Right? I'm
Yeah,
not
it is.
wrong right now. Yeah, get Cleveland this week.
I just look at the Rams.
At
the Rams and the Bills are it's a shootout waiting to happen.
Yeah, and that was a tough Monday night game too. Those guys are beat, man. Playing on the short week, that defense is gonna be tired. Raging Cyborg again. Levis, Winston. Who would you rather have? Winston, right? Winston. League 2. Levis, Winston, or Darnold?
Darnold this week.
There you go.
Yeah, he's gonna rip the Falcons apart.
Falcons are not good.
Nice.
Rest of season drop Debo or Cooper. I gotta drop Cooper over those two.
Drop Cooper,
especially now because Debo might get some more carries with that vacant backfield.
Yep. That's a good call. Yep, that's a good call.
And I guess who are you picking up? More Thielen or Mims? I don't think you can chase Mims.
No, you can't chase Mims.
I guess Thielen. The question really is: would you drop Cooper for Thielen? Because that's. I'm not dropping Debo. Would you drop Cooper for Thielen?
Yeah,
I think if you need to win this week, you do that.
I mean, Cooper just hasn't been doing anything, man. Nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. J Mock
trades, baby, working out so well.
I have already clinched first round bye this week. It has me 11-2, but I have Mason to drop. What wide receiver should I pick up? Thielen or Parker Washington?
Thielen, easy. Parker Washington is an absolute flash in the pan. Don't waste your fab.
That guy's yoked though. He's a strong kid.
I mean,
just saying.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
I should have said it before. Then you wouldn't have sneezed.
Probably.
I didn't want to be a jerk and do that to you, though.
Should I drop Herbert for Caleb Williams? I have Daniels on a bye.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't know if Herbert, what's his weapons going to look like?
I think the Bears come out and win this week. I think they play fast and loose. I think the 49ers have shut down.
I mean, the one thing I'll say, too, is that
the Bears have almost
they're going to play hard for Thomas Brown, dude. Thomas Brown already did something that Matt Eberflus could never do. He came out in a press conference and said, look, I wasn't the head coach, but I'm going to own some accountability, which you haven't heard any of that from Eberflus the entire freaking year. Accountability, he didn't even know the word.
Let's go to Yumya. I'm doing my best. Melbin. Doing our best.
I feel like I'm going to say something wrong if we keep pronouncing.
I know, but we're going
to unlock Pandora's box that we don't need to. So let's
Melbin. We're going with Melbin. Hey guys, always love the streams. Thanks, Melbin. Must win: Darnold, AOC, or Winston.
Darnold.
Okay, I can't believe we're calling Aiden O'Connell AOC now.
AOC. That's AOC, NWI, MBS. We are in acronym season, baby.
James Conner or Aaron Jones.
Connor
or Guerendo.
Actually, no, Guerendo. Yep.
Over Connor and Jones?
Yes. Okay. Jones has a bad matchup. Atlanta's been better versus the run. And
Jones had some fumble issues lately, too.
Connor gets Seattle, and Arizona's been terrible versus too high. Just moving the ball in general.
Turtles, best week 16-17 defense. Have Houston in 3 of 3 playoffs. Well, we just went through one of them. So... I mean, Tampa's got a great situation. That's definitely one of them.
I mean, just off the top of my head, looking at week 16, Indy gets Tennessee, so that's pretty good. If you want to go really trash can bin, Jacksonville gets Vegas that week.
You shouldn't have to go that trash can bin, though.
Atlanta versus the Giants in week 16. Week 17... you get New Orleans versus Vegas. I mean, New Orleans isn't bad for week 16, week 17, to be honest.
Brian's question: full PPR, pick up Thielen or someone else starting over JSN and Marv Jr. No,
you're not starting.
Marvin just
that's an overreaction.
Come on, I have Chase.
I do agree with picking up Thielen, but don't start him.
Not for JSN or Marvin Harrison.
No,
we established this on the show yesterday. Marvin Harrison has 7 touchdowns. That's tied for 5th best in the league.
I
know he's a disappointment, but I mean,
it's never.
There's been bigger disappointments. Here's another one from Dev: Russ or Caleb. I will go Caleb here again.
I'm going Caleb. Yeah.
Again, I think the 49ers are quitters. That's what I think. HTX Trav, Russ or Kyler. Must win Superflex.
Kyler gets Seattle. Yeah, I'm going Russ.
I'm going Russ.
Kyler versus too high coverage, man. Big game hunting. He looks terrible this year.
Kyler versus Geno in the same game. I'm taking the Geno.
I'll take a Geno.
The Seattle Seahawks are going to win that.
Kyler looks like Kyler has been Jekyll and Hyde, and it's been more Hyde this year.
With a new head coach, nonetheless, too. That's good times. Juwan or Disley over Kraft? I like Juwan. I like Juwan. I think he's going to get a crap
Disley gets
ton of
the best matchup on the board for tight ends, and maybe no Lad McConkey. Yeah, it's just
all right. All right.
I understand your Juwan love, though. I get it.
If we miss your questions, don't worry. We can always go to my playbook. Again, the waiver assistant is there to help you. Go to fantasypros.com/myplaybook or just download the My Playbook app wherever you get your apps from and use the waiver assistant to get ahead of your league mates with expert advice to add, to drop, and everything in between. Again, crush your competition and sync your leagues for free on My Playbook. Let's get to Christian's question here. Christian, sup, bros? Full PPR, Otton or Kincaid rest of season? I'm going to take Otton. Kincaid's been...
Kincaid's not healthy, so it's Otton.
He's a dud.
I don't even know if Kincaid plays. That also, if anybody's needing a tight end streamer, Dawson Knox is definitely in the conversation to get the Rams this week. So is Grant Calcaterra.
I traded Dalton Kincaid for George Pickens in a dynasty league at the beginning of the year.
Not bad.
Good. Yes.
I like it.
Yeah. Yes, very good.
Like it.
And then what's the rest of this year?
Or pick up Juwan
for any of these guys on top of it. No. Just play. I know Otton was disappointing last week, but every week's not gonna be great. Brolimpus, another Recyclips again. Me again. Most memorable Christmas gift ever, childhood or otherwise. Me, Stretch Armstrong. I don't know why. I lost my mind when I got that thing. I remember that thing. Ewok Village, easy. I was a huge Star Wars nerd as a kid, and the Ewok Village playset was great. It was the greatest thing ever. And I believe it was Christmas 1984, I want to say, for me. I want to say Christmas 84 is when I got that bad boy. And it was glorious. It was glorious. Might have been 83. Can't quite remember. D-Bro, favorite Christmas present as a child?
I remember the one that pops into my head first is when I was a kid and I got a Nintendo 64 and dude, I was the biggest wrestling fan in the world as a kid. And they had the I forget what wrestling game that came with it, but they had the NWO and it was like WCW. Like, and I remember playing with Hulk Hogan that entire day, like him or Sting, and playing that game until I basically fell asleep playing it that night.
Have you ever been to live wrestling before? Like live?
It's been a long time, dude. Like I'm talking like
because next year,
Duggan,
because next year SummerSlam is in New Jersey, and it's the weekend of Flex Draft most likely. So if you wants to go,
I wants to go.
Perhaps we make that work.
No, we
at the Meadowlands.
We need to make that work.
I mean, that should have been a pretty good one. I wonder, Seth, what was your favorite Christmas gift as a kid? I'm curious. I know what Seth wants.
Seth's going to say some type of Bears paraphernalia.
He wants a new coach. That's what he wants. He's going to get it too. Because the Bears be looking.
Seth, you will get Cliff Kingsbury as the gift under the tree that you can't unwrap.
Here's a good one from D1A2. Isaac Guerendo or Chuba Hubbard?
Guerendo.
Yep. I understand. This is a tough one for me.
Brooks is slowly getting more of the backfield, and I don't
understand. Why do we give Chuba Hubbard an extension? Like, what are we thinking about, Carolina? Like, I don't get this.
Well, we can dive through Carolina making stupid choices all day and still come away with a headache.
There you go. Nerd Alert might love that. Because Ewok Village had that thing too, where like you could slide the guys down from the top of it down to escape through the bottom. You had that thing where you could like put like Han Solo on the spit and turn him. Like they were cooking him. So Ewok Village was dope. The only gifts that I always wanted for Christmas that I did not get, there were two things. It was the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier, which, considering our Brooklyn apartment, would probably be a very
and an Oscar Mayer weenie whistle.
Well, no, Optimus Prime. That was the only Transformer guy that I wanted an Optimus Prime, and I never got Optimus Prime.
So,
there you go. But I got over that.
Put one in the mail for you.
No. See, I'm completely over that now. I'm completely over. By the way, last night
sound like you're over it.
I am. I'm just saying, like certain things that you got. Things
Chat can tell me if I'm wrong. Like, it doesn't sound like you're over it.
Last night we went to Spaceballs at the movie theater. They were showing. So the movie theater near my house, they show old movies. And around the holidays, they do even more of it. They do, like holiday movies too. Every month they show a Harry Potter movie too. Like one, they start in like January and they go all the way through till I think September with all 8 movies basically, or August. And then last night we went to see Spaceballs on the big screen, which Rick Moranis is a treasure. Like he's so awesome. Great in that movie. Can I just tell you, just fantastic. Jerry Acevedo.
Did you see Seth's comment?
He wants what was Seth's favorite?
Bears making a Super Bowl would be pretty good at 20.
I'm
sorry, Seth.
PS2 when I was younger, but then my dad played his dumb flight simulator game all the time.
Seth's dad catching shade on the stream was not in my bingo card.
That's great. PS2 was good. That was like the most purchased game system of all time, right? I think I saw something about that.
Oh, really?
PS2 was, the highest purchased video game system of all time, PS2. Fun fact. I learned that on the internet the other day. Jerry Acevedo, hey guys, I'm 14-man PPR. Terry or Downs are in a bye. I need 2. Leggett, Chubb, Brandon Cooks, or Parker Washington. I would take Leggett and Chubb.
I would take Chubb and Brandon Cooks. Just the matchup.
Okay.
Carolina gets Philly. I want no part of that secondary. Nope.
I'll tell you, man, Philly, Detroit's going to be fun. I also saw an amazing stat. It was a couple years ago when Dan Campbell took over and that team was 2-6 at one point. Since that point, they are tied with the Chiefs for the best record in the NFL. Like they're 30-8 since then.
Amazing when you get a head coach that can build a culture and you team that with a smart general manager.
And you know what the culture
amazing
is?
The things she can do.
The culture is one word: accountability. Yeah. It's an account, and it's the funniest thing because if you look at the teams that are doing well, it's accountability. The Chiefs have accountability. The Detroit Lions are accountability in spades. You look at the Buffalo Bills, there's accountability there, and then you look at the teams that don't have accountability, the Bears, the Jets, all the finger pointing, all the nonsense.
The Jaguars.
Doug
Peterson's horrible for it. Nothing's ever his fault.
But that's what it is.
Moron.
It's a culture of accountability and them realizing that you play hard every play and eventually that culture rubs off. By the way, did you also see that David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs changed their Instagram handles to Sonic and Knuckles?
I mean, as long as somebody keeps Gibbs away from freaking Instagram and posting shit from their playbook whenever he's live, that'd be great.
Stuff from their playbook. Stuff, guys. Mike H, full PPR from Debo or Thielen. Drop Debo for Thielen, NWR, Keenan Allen. Everybody wants to drop Debo right now. I don't think this is the worst time to drop Debo.
I would drop for Keenan Allen out of that list. I think that's viable.
It's fair. That one is fair. Yeah. I can
that one's fair, but for the other
me, this is the time I want. There we go. Jerry says I used to get a Hess truck every year. I had a friend who did that too. Like, do you know what the Hess trucks are? I don't know if that's something where you.
I was like, I feel like I'm missing the reference. You're gonna have to explain.
So Leon, no. This is an East Coast thing. This is a Northeast thing specifically. So Leon Hess,
kind of like you don't get bags at the local.
No, Hess was a gas station chain, and Leon Hess was the former owner of the New York Jets before he sold the team to Woody Johnson, the beloved owner of the Jets, beloved by Bill Parcells,
Woody Johnson.
Well, and Woody Johnson is the reason why Bill Belichick was coach for a day. He's like, Bill Belichick knew. He's like, I ain't working for this guy. He loved Mr. Hess. They all love Mr. Hess. So the Hess gas station every year at Christmas will put out a different Hess truck, and it was like a Christmas tradition. And kids used to collect them. And I had a friend who had even well into his teens, his dad would still buy him just because it was like the thing to do. So the Hess trucks, Google it. Google the Hess trucks.
That's like everybody in Texas buying all the Buc-ee's memorabilia they can.
There you go. Recyclops, WCW versus NWO World Tour. Loved that game.
Oh, it was a good game. Good game. Good call.
The WWE Raw is War game where you could make your own guys. That was the first one where you can kind of make your own guys. That was one we played in college and we all made ourselves and we had a blast with that. That was a good one. And then the SmackDown one, SmackDown 1 and 2, very good wrestling video games. The latest of them too. The 2K.
Speaking of, it was WCW versus NWO, the game that I'm thinking about. I just had to Google.
That's what you were saying.
Yes, I remember the picture of it. I couldn't remember the name. Good call.
I remember that game. Adrian Michael, 10 half PPR, Baker, Love, 2 wide receivers, Puka, Neighbors, Jennings, 2 running backs, Gibbs, Chuba, put in for Guerendo. Yes, and play him over Chuba this week, probably.
Yep.
Also 1 flex, Minnesota, good defense this week, or pick up San Fran. No, Tampa.
Play Minnesota.
I would still play Minnesota.
and I'm playing Love and
sorry. It was Love or Baker, I believe.
Yeah, it's Love. Yeah.
Brian Matt, full PPR, pick 2. Connor, Chuba, Ken Walker III.
Connor and Ken Walker.
King has a bye, and Dobbins said bye. Man, Brian's got 0 Fs. You can tell it's week 14. And then the last one here is leftover. Also, pick fix the leftover running back Waddle, maybe Thielen, or run Jawan and Disley. I'm a little unsure what you're trying to ask here, Brian.
What?
I think you're raised.
I think he's looking for who are we playing in the flex?
So if not Chuba, would you play him over Waddle? Or I would play Waddle against the Jets this week.
I'm playing either Chuba or Disley. I have no confidence in Waddle. I'm sorry. Like, he just doesn't get targets, man. I'm not chasing the Patriots game. Nope.
In the chat, Seth is still in his feelings about this flight simulator.
I saw that too.
Like, it was seriously the dumbest game ever. It was just flying a plane aimlessly, as my dad said. Things like, look, that's O'Hare Airport. That's a dad thing to say. That is the most dad thing to say. That is spectacular. That's like when I got my kids.
I'm sorry, Seth.
And then I just played it.
Seth's gonna write like some really in-depth like memoir.
That's what I'm saving for myself. I didn't play it. I played it till I got to Hogwarts, and I was like, okay, I don't have time for this in football season. After football season, maybe I'll pick this up and start playing it. But it was fun. Have you played it? Did you play the Hogwarts Legacy at all?
I haven't played it. No.
Do you have a PS5?
No, I don't. I need to get one. I told you, dude, I used to be a huge gamer. Like midnight releases.
They don't want to hang out with you anymore. You know, we're at that stage now where we can have video game time again.
That's fair.
Let's go. Here we go. Hess truck was the gift my uncle got me. See the Hess trucks. So, did you Google the Hess trucks? Do you see what I'm talking about?
I will.
Cool. And then some had like the extra little like race car in them, and some did like. One was like a dump truck. Like they were all like different ones. You know?
It was cool.
They are cool. Yeah. So every year there was a little.
They still have it going. Look, yes, they do. So right now it's the 60th anniversary fire truck edition. They have like an entire set.
Yeah. Let's say the Hess truck, but I can understand like in the South, like I can't imagine Hess was a thing.
No, I was like, what are you?
That was a Northeast gas station chain, and obviously a successful one because the guy owned an NFL team. Jose, pick 3, half PPR: Reed, Ridley, MHJ, D Moore, Hawk or Njoku. Hawkinson over Njoku for me.
Hawk is definitely in, and then Reed
we're
playing, Ridley we're playing, and Arizona gets who does Arizona?
Seattle.
Seattle.
DJ Moore against San Fran.
I'm playing DJ Moore.
Okay. We'll try to run through a couple of these here. Let's go to Frank. Drop Gus or Vidal for Guerendo. Yes.
Either, both,
whatever. Yes. Cam Hauser, Seattle or Titans defense?
Seattle. Titans defense.
And then NWI Brooks Pacheco, 2 flex spots. Pick 2. Who's in? I'm picking the receivers.
I'm taking NWI and Cooks. Pacheco's still not getting enough volume. Can't trust him.
Yeah, I mean, guy came back from a broken leg, folks. What do we expect?
I mean, it's the Jonathan Brooks kind of correlation. Like, are you going to get any usable weeks out of Pacheco for the rest of the season? I don't think.
Here's one from Adrian. I rage drop. I love this expression.
Rage dropped.
Reed week 12. Pick him back up or Thielen.
Pick him back
up.
Great
that he's still available.
Pick him back. I was fixing to say, pick him back up.
You better do it soon.
You're gonna have to pay for it after a 2-touchdown week.
You know, that's gonna be a tricky game for the Lions because they're playing on another Thursday. This week. So it's back-to-back Thursday night games. It's a weird preparation. So many injuries. So they really don't
at Detroit or Green Bay.
It's in Detroit, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it's in Detroit. Let me double check here. But
it's in Detroit. It's in Detroit.
Yeah.
If that was in Green Bay, like I think they could win this game. But
I think Green Bay can win it either. I think
they could.
I would not be shocked
I'm
if
still going
Detroit loses to Green Bay in a close one in this one. Just wouldn't. Larry, Caleb, or Gino?
Caleb.
Okay, Caleb Williams back in it, baby. Let's go to start Tillman or Elijah Moore or Watson, Parker, Washington. I like Moore. I think Moore's the floor here.
I think I'm going Tillman. I think he'll be back. I think I'm going to go Tillman.
Fine.
I mean, they're all in the same area code for most of those players.
And then last one here is Guerendo worth starting over Monty, Chase Brown, or Mike Evans?
Nope. None of those.
Not over those guys. But it's good to have him,
Brian. He's right below that.
You want to have him because you don't want somebody else to have them. So again, just because you don't need a player,
empty the clip.
I mean somebody else. All right, we'll try to get a couple more here. Alejandro, Otton, or Hawkinson?
Hawk.
All right. Pollard or Shakir from Daryl in the full point PPR?
I'm going Pollard.
Okay, Pollard is. MHJ or Ridley?
I'm going Ridley.
Calvin Ridley became a thing again. And Herbert, not much of wide receivers, or Levis or Caleb. Yeah, I feel pretty good with Caleb here. Drizzo just getting
today.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, he's playing better, and look, maybe the offense
and he's running. And he's
was a big part of the issue. It seems like it.
Well, they've changed up how that offense is running. They've simplified things. It's a lot of
what a shock. Simplify things. Maybe things will get a little easier for the rookie.
Shane Waldron is one of the most overrated OCs out there. But straight up, if he gets another OC job this upcoming hiring cycle, just go ahead and just fade the offense. Because
Njoku or Engram this week? Probably Njoku. And then drop either for Russ over Purdy.
I mean, why don't you just drop Purdy for Russ?
Yeah, I mean, you could just do that. That's probably the best. But if I'm gonna drop, if you're whoever you're not playing is the one you drop. But otherwise, yeah, I would rather look this time of year. You're in streaming quarterback territory. What's the chance of somebody running out to pick up Purdy the next week? Because everybody's back from their bye, so you're only dealing with 6 teams left in the playoffs.
I would hold the tight ends and then drop the quarterback and then figure out quarterback.
Everybody
drop the tight end.
All right, join our Discord community over at fantasypros.com/chat. Again, it's free, it's fun, and if you're a premium subscriber here to the Fantasy Pros products, you get access to even more. And of course, don't forget all of our Discord shows, Out of Bounds and The Extra Point, are there every single week. You can be a part of them live on our Discord and the waiver assistant. Go to fantasypros.com/myplaybook and sync your leagues for free. Download My Playbook wherever you get your apps from. You stinking apps. Go get your apps in your phone, you filthy animals, and go use the waiver assistant right now to help you add all the players you need. Shout out to everybody. And I think if nothing else today, besides good waiver wire advice, we also let Seth exercise some Christmas demons from his childhood. So that was
therapy for all. Therapy for the chat. Therapy for Seth. Like it's, we want everybody to have a happy holiday.
There you go. And therapy for Jerry Jeudy. Okay. Now Jerry Jeudy can go catch 3 balls for 30 yards.
Seth, as a new dad, you remember all this pain inflicted upon you, and you don't buy the flight simulator or run that when your kid gets older. Okay. Just remember,
this is going to be running the flight simulator.
Do not commit the sins of your father.
Look, kids, Big Ben Parliament. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on. For Derek Brown, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Oh, my God. Talk about ghosts of Christmas past.
Seriously, they're all coming up on the stream, man.
Seriously.
Flight simulators and all.
Yeah. Got to watch that landing.